Hi everyone, welcome to our podcast today. I'm Talita, joined by my amazing co-host Hadif. How are you, Hadif?
Hi Talita, I'm doing great. And hi everyone who's watching. Today we have a really important and fascinating topic to discuss. The psychological and the social impact on the Palestinian children under the occupation, along with some interesting insights into clinical psychology. And guess what? We have our two awesome guests today with us.
That's right, Hadif. Let's welcome our guests, Siva and Adwa, two students actively involved in mental health and conflict studies. Welcome, Siva and Adwa.
Thank you, Tarita and Hadif. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting us for this discussion.
So let's start with the beginning of the topic that is really matter to us. I'm going to ask you first, Shiva. Can you give us an overview of the article that discussing the psychological and social struggles to the Palestinian children under the occupation?
Sure, Kadif. The article highlights that Palestinians are now the fifth generation growing up under Israel occupation. They face violence, movement restriction, and isolation, all of which deeply affect their mental health. Children in Gaza often refer to as live the word just open-eye prison, life in extremely challenging condition with limited access to their basic needs and healthcare.
That's truly heartbreaking. So Adwa, what do you think about how this impact their psychological development?
Okay, it's a massive issue, Talita. So, research shows that the Palestinian children experience high levels of anxiety and traumatic stress. They also exhibit both externalizing and internalizing behaviors, including intense feelings of pressure, which they call dagat nafsi, which means literally from the Arabic word as I am stressful, something stressing me. So this can severely disrupt their psychological development in the long term.
Absolutely. On top of that, many of these children suffer from food insecurity, inadequate housing, and exposure to violence in their daily life. This factor compound the already high levels of stress and mental health challenges.
It's really devastating to hear this. I want to ask you again, Shiva. In your opinion, what can the international community do to help these children?
There's a lot that can be done, like providing more effective humanitarian aid, supporting mental health programs, and pushing to peaceful conflict resolution. Raising global awareness is also crucial so more people can step up and contribute to these efforts.
Well said, Siva. So now let's shift gears and talk about clinical psychology.
Now we are going to jump into more deeper topic to discuss. So let's begin with you again, Shiva. What are some key aspects of clinical psychology that relate to the situations like what these children are experiencing?
In clinical psychology, it's essential to address mental health issues through a comprehensive approach. This includes accurate diagnosis, effective therapies, and psychosocial support. A holistic approach is crucial to help these children recover from their trauma.
And now, Adwa, could you share an example of a clinical psychology approach that might work in conflict situation like this?
Of course, as Shifa mentioned before, she mentioned about the effective therapy. So, one effective approach is cognitive behavioral therapy, or as we know as CBT, which has been proven to reduce symptoms of PTSD and anxiety as well. Community-based programs that involve families and local communities are also vital for creating a safe and supportive environment for these children.
Exactly. Another helpful method is play therapy, which allows children to express their emotion through fun activities. It's a more approachable way for them to process their feelings and reduce stress.
That's fascinating. Now, Talita, I want to ask you, what's your take on the role of clinical psychology in addressing trauma in conflict zones?
I think clinical psychology plays a critical role. With the right approach, we can help the children rebuild their sense of safety and self confidence. It is not just about treating symptoms, it's about helping them regain hope for the future.
Exactly.
Let's move to the essential segments from the topic that maybe the listeners can apply it in their real life. So, Shiva, how can the academic communities and students like us contribute to these efforts?
There's so much we can do. Academic communities and students can conduct further research on the psychological impacts of conflict, develop effective intervention programs, and participate in advocacy campaigns to raise governments and international organizations.
Yeah, I agree so much, Shiva. Students can also get directly involved by volunteering in psychosocial support for children, especially in conflict areas. It's a meaningful experience and creates a real and positive impact.
That's amazing. So, for our listeners, what's the one key takeaway you'd like to share about supporting mental health for children in conflict zones?
I'd like to emphasize that every child deserves to grow up in a safe and healthy environment. We all have a role to play, no matter how small, in helping these children.
I agree so much. Supporting mental health is an investment in the future. Helping these children heal means empowering them to become strong, resilient individuals later in life.
Oh, unfortunately, we don't have more time to discuss this very interesting and the very hot topic in our daily lives, right? So, um, I know it's really incredibly insightful for us too. And thank you so much for Shifa and Adwa for sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you, Kadif and Tarita. It was a pleasure being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. I hope this conversation raised awareness about the Palestinian children.
Alright, folks, that is for today's episode. Don't forget to tune in for our next one. See you
See you
soon.
soon.